Chris Metzen is gonna be at GamesCom sharing information about the legendary universe of World of Warcraft. Now, if you've been playing World of Warcraft for a while, you're probably excited for the announcement of Midnight WoW, what that cinematic looks like, what the new zones are, all the juicy tidbits, the raids, the direction we're going with World of Warcraft in general. And between Ian Hazzikostas going on his world tour telling people how much he's learned about what gamers want, Chris Metzen's return to the universe and the change of the story and rebuilding the game from the ground up as they've been trying to do, Midnight WoW is shaping up to be probably one of the singular most exciting versions of World of Warcraft in quite some time. Now, Chris Metzen is a living legend, right? He wrote the World of Warcraft universe. This is his child. And he's sadly forgotten more about it than he's actually written, considering the amount of plot holes here or there scattered throughout the story. As any good parent, you confuse all your kids with each other. My dad calls me by both my siblings, my pets, my aunties, my uncles before he gets my name right. But that's all besides the point, because Chris is going to be on stage sharing information that we're all passionate and excited about, particularly for me, the universe itself. Now, I already said this, but Ian Hazzikostas and Holly Longdale are going to be on stage as well, and I'm going to be real. With Ian, I've kind of been at best, hesitant about the changes he's been trying to push for a long time, right? Because his game design led to Battle for Azeroth, it led to Shadowland. But Dragonflight was good, and The War Within was honestly really, really good. There was nothing critically wrong about it in terms of gameplay design. You know, seasons could always be better, but that's just what it is. But being real, me in person particularly, I just don't give too many shits about the game design. Now don't get me wrong, game design is important. And Ian seems to have learned a lot of lessons, right? If you've seen his world tour, like I mentioned, he's been doing conferences, interviews, telling people how much he's learned about what gamers want, the mistakes they've done, the future of the game is looking good, all these changes and design philosophies that made the game bad, they're scrapping it and leaving it, and they're focusing on a better direction, a better future, a World of Warcraft that isn't, you play, you forget, you move on. It's a game where you remember and you care and you give a shit about all the things happening in it. And I've seen a lot of these lectures and these conferences, these interviews, and I'm gonna be real. He's either learned from Chris Metzen how to hype things up, or he genuinely means what he's saying and he actually has figured out a better future for World of Warcraft retail in particular that's gonna make everybody excited. That gives a shit about the raiding, the dungeons, the questing, the world design, like the game design itself. So I'm gonna hesitantly say, Ian Hazzikostas, you got me kinda excited. But I'm gonna move back onto what I actually care about, the world. And not just the world, but the lore. Now, like I said, I know a lot of people just do not give a shit about the world of the lore, right? A lot of people only care about good gameplay. Gameplay is the only thing that matters. For a lot of people, because, you know, I get it, a lot of people skip all the quest dialogue, they skip all that stuff, they don't care about the prettiness of the world or the zone. Cool mounts, check. Cool quests, check. Cool raids and dungeons, check. Mechanics are fun, check, and that's the average World of Warcraft player, and I respect it. I have no qualms about that. But for me, that world is so fucking important. It's so critical to me. And Chris Metzen's got me hyped with the things he said in these interviews in the past, the final clash between the void and the light and all these cool things, and I'll cover that more in some detail in a bit. But like I said, for me, the vibe and the world is more important than the gameplay, right? But I'm gonna be real, if the gameplay is dog shit, the vibes don't matter. For example, Warlords of Draenor, incredible vibe, incredible world, incredible characters, some of the best raids ever done. But there was literally maybe 4 months of content total in that expansion, and we spent a year and a half plus waiting for Legion. So vibes do need gameplay to go with it, and with Ian's changes, I'm actually excited for the vibes now. Anyways, we got Chris Metzen on stage, right? He's gonna come up on there, all excited, smiles, and looking at everybody like, just saying the shit that he knows we're going to eat up. Like, he's gonna be saying things that get you hyped, and you might not even play World of Warcraft anymore. I remember when he announced the World Soul Saga at BlizzCon 2023, and literally everybody was like, really? Interesting. And he got everybody so hyped up. I saw people that don't even give a shit about World of Warcraft anymore come back and go, you know what, Chris, you got me interested. I'm gonna give it a shot. So he's gonna come up on stage at Gamescom, and he's gonna hype everything up, right? He'll probably be there for 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then it's gonna be Ian Hazzikostas and Holly Longdale doing the rest. And then they're gonna be showcasing housing, which isn't even the capstone feature of Midnight WoW, which is something that people don't realize is housing is an extra feature. It's not the capstone, it's not the selling point of Midnight. That's just, here you guys go, have player housing, have fun. Midnight's capstone feature isn't even known yet. We have no fucking clue what that's going to be. It could be anything. We'll find out in 30 days, just slightly less than that actually. They're gonna show that brand new trailer. They're gonna show the new main boss, which is probably Xalatat, although it seems like she's becoming an anti-villain or anti-hero. She's not exactly a villain anymore. She's doing villainous things, right? But she's kind of like menacingly like Arthas, showing up going, haha, you think you followed my plan, but this was part of my plan for my plan within my plans. Y'all are playing the tune to the instrument I gave. So I'm not sure what direction Xalatat's going. I kind of feel like they're going to redeem her, like a Sylvanas kind of storyline. But that's just a theory, right? We're not going to touch on that too much. They're going to be talking about the new races. They're going to be talking about the new zones, the new dungeons, the new features coming, right? And the zones is what got me so excited. We're effectively going back to TBC, right? We're going back to Silvermoon, Quel'Thalas. I don't know if we'll go to Quel'Thalas actually. The Ghostland. Are they going to redo Zulaman as well? Are they going to give us a new troll patch? You know, I'm kind of sad about troll patches. Like, I'm a troll player, and every single troll raid or troll patch has just been shitting on the trolls. We had a troll war chief for about an expansion. He did nothing, and then he died. So, you know, like I'm a little hesitant about what they do with the trolls. But anyways, which takes me back to the War Within, because for all the things that the War Within did well, the biggest thing I've struggled with it is that the vibes just don't hit for me, right? I'm not that interested. The Wrath of the Empire is pretty cool, but they haven't really showcased things in a way that's got me invested fully back into the world and universe, right? Don't get me wrong. Everything else about the War Within has actually been good. Like, anyone that says the War Within, bad expansion, terrible expansion, woke this, woke that, you're entitled to your opinion, right? And sure, on quotation marks, it might be woke, but it's not bad. It's not amazing. The story's kind of mid, right? I'm gonna give the story like a 5, 6 out of 10. But everything else about the War Within, from gameplay, raids, dungeons, even the current season, is really good. People are having a good time. And as a Classic Andy, and a Classic Plus Andy in particular, is Midnight WoW what I want? No, I want Classic Plus, but that's clearly so far out that Midnight WoW is honestly looking like to be the future for all the World of Warcraft fans. And I'm really excited to dive into it and just see what they have to show us and showcase all these new features. But the biggest reason I'm excited is that this is the first expansion that Chris Metzen's written from ground up, right? All of Warlords, all of Legion, even the intro to BFA was all written by Chris Metzen, right? And then we saw what happened afterwards. Like, they didn't know how to finish off the BFA storylines. We went on the Zoth and all this random shit. Chris Metzen hasn't written anything properly since effectively Warlords when he left. Like, the notes for Legion and BFA was all they had left. So Midnight WoW, he wrote from the ground up. Remember, he came during, like, about halfway past the development of the War Within. So he salvaged and fixed and changed things around. So going to Gamescom, we are going to all, me, you, everybody watching this is going to together for the first time see what World of Warcraft looks like when you have the guy that created the universe as we know it, directing the storyline again. Now, I hope he doesn't write anything personally, like no quest dialogue or whatever, because he's not that great at it, right? He's an amazing storyteller, a world builder, but we get Green Jesus and Madan when he writes characters personally. So I want him to take a step back and let other writers write, with him directing the universe as a whole. Because this is the guy that wrote Sargeras' sword going right through the planet, right? That was part of his plot points. So what other crazy shit is this man cooking up to showcase to us for Midnight WoW? Nonetheless, I hope you all enjoyed this rant, this video. Are you excited for Midnight WoW? Let me know in the comments down below, because as a Classic Andy, it feels good to say I'm excited for the future of retail WoW once again. So thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, like and subscribe. If you hated it, understandable. Dislike and subscribe and be a dedicated hater. We don't half-ass hate on this channel, we full-ass it. So thank you all. Ebonheart out. Peace.